Okay, this is a very simple diagram of the power situation in the M20 Junior. Okay, very simple. Even though a lot of this is controlled by electronics, the basic idea is the same. There's switches that control each item. So we got power coming in, a main on-off switch, that's your knob, and then the heater to heat up the water, and then of course there's a switch that controls that. There are also other switches for safety, but the main one is this pressure switch that turns the heater on and off. So when the steam reaches up to a certain level, the pressure switch senses that pressure and then turns it off. Okay, then we have the water fill valve, which senses how much water is in the tank, and then it fills up the tank, turning on this valve, and then it turns it off once it reaches. So of course over here there's a water flow probe and so on and so forth, that circuit. Okay, but this is, like I say, a simplified example. Then we have the in this particular case there's a dose tank, which is separate, and the tank fills up to the required level to be a full tank. Okay, and then it turns it off. Then there's a group switch for the group valve. So actually, in this particular case, this valve opens up the water from the dosing tank. Okay, normally this valve is connected straight up to city water or the pump, and then it turns it on and off. But in this particular case, because this has a dosing tank, the water that goes to this valve actually comes from the dosing tank. Okay, but same idea. This valve, when you press the dose, the group switch turns on the group valve. In this particular case, it turns on the pump, and it monitors how much water is being taken out of the dosing tank. Once the dosing tank reaches a level where it's expected the amount of water to pump through this valve, it shuts off. Okay, and then we have the neutral return for the 110 volts. So this is the basic diagram of the Junior. There are other circuits involved, but as far as we're concerned, as far as testing the machine, we want to keep this as simple as possible. When I test out the machine, I'm going to disconnect the heater. So I'll just pull off the plug from here. And then I'll leave these because since there's no water pressure, I'll just hear these valves click. But the main one I want to disconnect, is the heater wire, because I don't want the heater to turn on. We don't want the heater to turn on with no water in the tank. Okay, so just for safety aspects, I'm going to just disconnect the heater on the next test. Okay.